you wait for me? Would you wait for me? Would you wait for me? Would you wait for me? Bodies in the alley, keep one hand on my money. I try to lose them in the dark. Colors bleed together, I can't run any faster. It will end before it starts. I'm up against a wall. How can it be growing taller? I'm high on adrenaline. I see the world burning in a vision. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Feel it in my veins, no drugs can do the same. Blood in the wind. Is this what we created? Where have we started? Did I lose my mind? I'm up against a wall, on the edge, seconds till I fall. I'm high on adrenaline. I see the world burning from within. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as you fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as you fall, spinning faster. Hands up as we fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as we fall, spinning faster. Hands up as we fall, don't know anything at all. Hands up as we fall, spinning faster.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Mr. Henry Batt, and I have a great matchup for you today. It's European region, ESEA main season 55. ASTRAL Esports taking on PCIFIC Esports towards the tail end of the regular season. Both these teams sitting 7-4, and this is a battle for the playoffs. Realistically, if you're unsuccessful in this match, the loser of this match, I'm going to guess probably won't make playoffs. There's about 20 teams within the bracket, 20 teams outside the bracket. All these teams are 7-4, 21 points. If you don't win this match, you're probably not making playoffs. I think ASTRAL has a couple more games, one more game after this to help them secure this position. Same with PCIFIC Esports. And you definitely want to be winning both of these matches. This best of one today is going to be on Mirage, and it's going to be quite the boxing match if I had to guess. Both these teams studied up on each other, lots of tape to go over. And realistically, I think this is going to be a great match. We have all 10 players in the server right now, just waiting for the knife round to start. You know I love casting knife rounds, so I'm just going to get in there right now. Let's see if we get some sound going. Sounds like you guys, looks like you guys are probably hearing the game sound. ASTRAL! We have PCIFIC Esports. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate for that, about how I'm pronouncing it. Take the A out, put the A back in specific. But PCIFIC Esports taking on ASTRAL Esports. Sorry. We have Jean X, Jean, Jean, John, Jean, Lei, New Davy, Descript, and Fraz. Over on the ASTRAL side, we have Neki, Meow Pop, Rich, the new player standing in for Rick Angel, Aster, and Ray 5. And this knife round is going to go towards A ramp. This is just going to be a pretty standard push and pull style. They suck into the right side. Descript gets the first two. Neki trades back out, and the trades are pretty effective for the CT side, and they finally take the knife round victory. PCIFIC going to get the start potentially on the CT side. That would be the start side of my choice as well, especially on a map like Mirage. You want to be able to get the basics down nice and early. And I say it all the time. I try to guess what the pistol round is going to be. And this is my sort of guess. 3 are going to go on the B site. Maybe 1 pressed up, 1 jump spotting. Maybe 1 playing back pillar so he can rotate out. And ASTRAL, with a quick set of util on Aster. Who knows? Sky's the limit. They love rushing B, especially on a pistol round. They're not afraid to get right into it. And it looks like that might be the call. A little bit of a mid-split coming in. Rich will be the late piece to activate towards top mid with the P250 and a pretty standard setup for PCIFIC here. 2 towards the A site. Maybe going to get a little cheeky into Palace. As soon as Gene sees nothing up in Palace, takes no contact. This might be the rotate from the CT spawn position. Belay getting a little aggressive. It finds a Glock to the face. Ray 5 puts him down, and opening for the ASTRAL side. They don't have to do anything too specific here. They have time. They can play around PCIFIC's setup. And the boost just up on that window edge for Neki is extremely powerful. He's going to be able to cut off rotates. He's going to hear the pitter-patter of the CTs rotating into position. And as the util gets lined up from Aster, I think that might be a deep window smoke, a single flash to go over, and they're going to flood in towards the back site. So Descript, along with New Davy CS, is going to have a big task here on their hands. And while this is happening, Gene has closed the gap. And they need to speed up with this utility. Here it comes. Just a little bit ahead. Gene's going to be the late piece to activate. They have to hold tight on site. Meow Pop does open up onto the first. The backside position from Descript. Overwhelmed. Great kills from Meow Pop. The flank still absolutely activated. And nothing they can do on the site. Meow Pop finds himself a third. And now Gene, 1v5, finds the first. Looks for more. Does a little bit of damage to the second player here. Does capitalize on Rich. Running low on util here. Or low on util. Running low on ammo here. Spots the next towards Get Right. But it's best that you don't peek from that position. Backside holding firm. Neki might be the first point of contact here as they jump out of the window. Gene finds the fight towards Get Right, but Meow Pop pops him and puts a 4th to his name and a 1st on the board for ASTRAL Esports. ASTRAL! Oh my god. Oh, I'm trying to get it all throated. I'm trying to pull the, trying to get the grr in there. ASTRAL! I can't do it, bro. Not like you. Not like you. You are the master of the Astral Scream. Purchase comes back in for the CT side. It's not a heavy investment here. Desert Eagles. Gene with 2 kills in the rounds previous, so he figures he can get armor and MP9 and try to disrupt this quick A execute that's about to come in from ASTRAL Esports. This is an area that is 100% going to get cleared. Neki will jump around the corner with the MAC-10 to take these fights, but as the flash comes into A ramp, Gene's little toesies get spotted. MAC-10 jumps down, deals with no head armor. Gene finds himself a 2nd towards A ramp, and that's an open A site. They just the flood in. 1 more to deal with. Neki gets himself a 3rd, making money. Rich's Galil does ring out as well, and now Leahy dealt with that MAC-10 from Neki. Gets himself 4 in the round, and that's some big money. $2,400 plus 35 for winning the round. He just made $5,900. Maybe my math's a little bit off. I don't think so. 35, 24. Big time, big time. This is going to be a terrible purchase for PCIFIC on the CT side. That force from Gene in the round before, really going to limit them. M4s, lack of util, absolutely zero kits on the CT side, so they're going to have to get up close and personal with Astral, take the fights early and give them no space to work with, but Astral running back to default like I knew they would. Flashes towards mid. Mid window is smoked. And Astra's going to deal with this. His job, maintain position towards top mid. He doesn't have to really do anything from this position, this Delpan position. He just has to stay tucked. And when they call for it, the resmoke of mid window will come in. And then they can do anything they want. Pressure is being applied across the map. Flashes over towards B and an entry onto the site. Neki getting his 5th in 2 rounds of that Mac 10. Finds himself the no-head armored Leahy at the back of B site. And he says, boys, B site is open for the taking. And you can see the slow rotate from PCIFIC. They realize it's just a Mac 10 getting onto site. Smoke lands in connector. 2 towards mid window. This is now noted, but Astra and Rich deal with it. And the last member of PCIFIC stuck in jungle does find one under Ray 5. But that's all she wrote. ASTRAL Esports up to 3. After some crazy heroics from Neki entering the B site with just a Mac 10. And now with the picked up M4, he's going for a little bit of a hunt. Footsteps noted. Fraszy is ready for this, but the cat swing, I think they might have spotted him. Second layer coming in. No, they didn't. They didn't capitalize on that. Neki does get killed. That's okay. They're still going to hunt this down. They got the money in the bank to do so, so they might as well track him down and put him in the grave. 3 on the board for ASTRAL Esports, and a great start to their T-side campaign on Mirage. I can send you my audio for Astral. Honestly, I wouldn't know how to do that. I think I'd have to set up like a hotkey for that. I'd have to push it. It would probably scream. I mean, you could send it to me, man. You can send it to my Discord. Curiel has my Discord unless it is you. Round 4 coming up. Astral realistically not doing anything too fancy. That was like a flash play. Neki to gain information towards B. I don't think he expected to get himself 2, especially that long range Mac 10. From essentially front truck to E-box position, he rocks that second hold on a site of Leahy, and now the terrible purchase coming in for the CT side. Lacking the utility to take mid control, Astral just taking their time to take this space again. Astra posted top mid. He's going to be that late piece to smoke mid window, but instead it's going to be the top connector smoke. This is going to give his team a little bit of space to work with towards a ramp. The mid-window smoke does come in, so it's a little bit of an indication that it might be a cat hit, and Leahy is going to have some troubles. Utility deployed, forcing Gene into the fight. Ray 5 deals with it. A ramp still getting pressured from Davey. But Astral going through the motions. They understand the clock is their friend this round. It has to be PCIFIC to take the space. And with the lacking of utility, lacking of weapons, a good economical read from Astral, they just play it slow. This guy right here, Astra, just literally sitting top mid for an entire round, doing nothing, staring at his crosshair. And the eventual A hit is going to come in. The rotation's coming off of A site, so it's going to be all on new Davies. New Davy CS. MP9 poised. He has a potential for a multi-kill here if he finds good timing. Swings the corner, does find the first, realizes the next turn, encroaching, finds the second on the Rich. MP9 runs out of bullets, Meow Pop puts him down. And that's the force rotate over towards the A side. He's trying to find one through connector. Astra, a little bit of an awkward spray. Not at his happy place towards top mid, but it doesn't matter. The AK overwhelms the Desert Eagle. Ray 5 finds one, and now Astral takes a deep breath, working his way up connector, and clotheslines Descript in the jungle position to put a 4th on the board for ASTRAL Esports. Oh, look at this. Off on the CT side, round 5. This is definitely not by design for the PCIFIC side. He's gonna have to go big. I feel like a palace push, maybe a late A ramp flash, or even aggression towards top mid with this op is the name of the game. You can't sit back. You can't allow the util from the Astral side to overwhelm you. Oh! Oh, I thought he got that through the top of the smoke. Astra's looking at his shorts saying, I gotta go to Walmart and get myself a new pair because he pooped himself. Util deployed from the Astral side, a little bit different than normal. They are more aggressive towards mid. And as that mid smoke fades, Rich should be the next one to line up, but he elects to hold it instead. little bit of a missed smoke into connector. He's not going to be happy about that one. And now all the utilities used up for the Astral side. They got a couple of smokes, but their position's relatively known. Descript's deep position up in apartments is going to be a little bit of a tricky one to deal with. The op on the CT side, Fraz can rotate over towards B quite quickly if he wants to. But the fight upper B doesn't really go Meow Pop's way. He does massive damage over to Descript with the AK through the edge of the wall. Ain't going to be able to capitalize. And as the smoke fades top connector and mid window, Astral has yet to pull the trigger on where they want to go. And they're kind of stuck. They have no positioning towards Cat. Their mid window presence is few and far between. You can see the crossfire being set up. The op holding it from deep. This allows for full connector control for Gene to just take the fights as he wishes. Flash lands too deep. M4 spray to the guts is good. Neki gets dropped. The op does try to return fire, but it's not good enough. Phrase onto Astral. He takes out Rich. And now the last member of Astral Esports towards ramp. A5 finds himself the first. AK Prime trying to jiggle the corner with utility in his hand. Second and a nade thrown out from the Astral side. He does his best job to find a second. And as he presses up towards A ramp with 5 bullets in the mag. 10 seconds on the clock. This round is done and dusted. And a first on the board for PCIFIC Esports. 3 surviving, 2 ops as well. That's definitely not protocol for the PCIFIC side. I think Astral messed up a little bit that round. They had a ton of space early by about a minute 30. Mid smoke, lower connector smoke. And with the second Molotov that landed here, they could have got themselves up into ladder quite quickly by. But c'est la vie. Up to round 6 we go, and Astral, they're going to correct their mistakes by just quick execution towards the A site. Early utility, going to do marginal damage to Aster, make him susceptible to one shot with the M4A1S, but as the flashes rain over with the smokes to boot, they're going to be coming out of the ramp, and they're going to be looking for these next fights. Gene completely smoked and mollied off. Aster overlooking the triple position. New Davey finds his first, but overwhelmed with the MAC-10 by Neki. He does his best work with this 9mm. Absolute death machine for him. But the bomb yet to be planted. 4-on-4 in the post plant. Smoke towards top connector is going to be a little bit deep. Gene forced back by that molly. And this is space to be gained from the Astral side. I don't know if they know it yet. Flash in towards CT spawn. I missed it as I looked up at this mini map. But Lee does capitalize on the first 2. So into a 4-on-2 post plant. The CTs are moving quick. A little bit of an overextension from the firebox position. Leahy sprays down Meow Pop towards Tetris. Now they're forcing the issue. And Gene wrapping all the way around sight, finds himself the kill on Ray 5 in a second round on the board for PCIFIC Esports. And that's going to be probably a terrible purchase coming in from Astral in the follow-up. Position to note for Astral moving forward. This has to be cleared out. Lots of spams can come from this location here to force the fight, especially if you're going to come out of Palace the way you are. Just spam through the edge of the box. There's not much space to hide right back here. Maybe this little sliver, but it doesn't matter. A sloppy clear still allows Astral to get the bomb plant down. And now they're on to Tech 9s. B-site has been the apple of the eye for Astral. A couple rounds in a row, they've been able to just pop straight onto it. And the hold just hasn't been there. Maybe they do it again. Descriptor the op, going to get fast boosted into apps. Teammate fluffs with him, screws around, throws some utility instead. And Descriptor on this line should be good for the first. He does mantle up. This is probably being heard, and a deep jiggle spots him out. Across the gap, Descript misses a shot, and now information to be gained. This is, if you look at the minimap, Bomb in Palace. This is going to be a little bit of a trick play. Utility lands towards B site. Meow Pop trying to do his best Neki impression, and it's not pulling the rotates just yet. PCIFIC Esports said, we've seen this before. We know what you're up to, Astral Esports. And as the smoke fades in Palace, this might be a chance for them to get onto the site. Flash into connector. Rich does spot one. Gene deals with Neki in mid-window. Tech Knight swings the corner, drops the op. Smoke into jungle is going to get them onto site. Ray 5 pounces at the perfect time out of Palace, and they're up onto the A site. Flank towards B site. He's good for one as well. Meow Pop strikes. Perfect timing, and there's still one member trying to deal with him over on the B site. Lee can't do anything about it. He's posted on the E-box position. He has support from the rest of his team working in. But the low HP, they need to deal with Meow Pop, who's now dancing and ducking over on B site, calling it clear over on the A site. And Astral are going to put a 5th on the board off some heroics from a Tech 9 push onto B site and some well-timed flash and coordination over on A. Beautiful play by them. Flash over site, smoke on the cross, one player out, fucking around behind the full pillar here. And then a beautiful peek from Palace with a quick flash and a swing in connector. It was almost like a 3-pronged attack. 1, 2, 3. And then a quick flood of the site. And they have it all to themselves. ASTRAL Esports, well done on the low buy round. I don't think PCIFIC expected that kind of purchase. Maybe a forced buy to come back in. And they don't reap the rewards for sure. Now ASTRAL take a tack timeout. They're looking at the money saying, what could these guys possibly have on the CT side? And it's going to be a full purchase. Lacking helmets on 3. I feel like Descript can still get himself one. Might not matter. AKs are going to be plentiful on the T side. Rich might even opt to get the AWP this round. Take his little one-on-ones. As the tack timeout fades, what's the plan for ASTRAL Esports? More of the same. Mid-window smoke, lower con smoke, flashes to rain over, and maybe a fast mid control. They got it at about 1:30. They were unable to do anything with it. They kind of stalled in mid, expecting PCIFIC to re-aggress towards them. And it does look like that mid play is coming in. ASTRAL to be the first here. Top mid smoke. He spots one crossing towards Cat. Boosted him. Molotov to land at his toes to force him into the fight. But a good flash support from his teammates. Finds the first. The swing from Leahy after dodging the flash is good for the trade. Mid control still under contention. Molly finds a little information. 1 damage to Neki. But the tick of the Molly gives up the goose. And now Meow Pop trying to tango with the AWP of Phrase over on the B site. And that's not a fight anybody really wants to take. Pretty clear coming into mid here. Neki feeling it. Rich walking up Cat. Spots the shoulder of Leahy. Puts him down. Resmoke a mid window comes in. That's going to be information gained from the CT side. Jump spot unsuccessful. New Davy doesn't see anything. And the A site looks like where ASTRAL's going to fall back to. 1 in Connector, 1 in Palace. They have a timing now to get onto site, but that's a risky play. Ray 5 ain't going to be pushing himself out of Palace anytime soon. But this read coming in from the CTs is strong. They're going to beat them over to the A site. New Davy has a flash to support the connector play. ASTRAL need to speed up. They have tons of util here. Mollies to burn out everything they want. Flashes to cross site. This is going to be a deep setup. Up on ticket booth, posted towards A ramp. And let's see if this position comes to fruition again for the CT side. As ASTRAL cleans it up. It doesn't even matter. New Davies finds the first. Gets himself a second from that triple position. And now left all alone in Palace. Ray 5 position noted. Spam of the M4A1S. And that's going to be a third on the board for PCIFIC Esports. PCIFIC Esports. Pardon my French. I shouldn't have said it so quickly. Ray 5 finds the first quick little headshot on a Descript. But New Davy CS rotates in. Puts him down. And the third is secured. But now the money's broken on the ASTRAL side. They're going to have to force into this one. It's not going to be a great force. AK-47s should come out on a few. Tech 9s on the rest. But if they do save this round, they're going to have to save in the next as well. So they might as well spend it all. And they want to. ASTRAL to save for the AWP moving forward. Picks himself up at Galil. Ray 5 on the Tech 9. Armor across the board for the rest except for Neki. And he says, boys, send me onto the B site. Let me get into it. And that might be the place they want to go. Descript currently 3 and 6, throwing his entire belt of util towards B apps. And that might be a protocol for the CT side based on the fact that there's no info over towards A. Awkward timing for the util to be in hand. Lee does capitalize on the kill on Meow Pop. Closes down that B fight. And the bomb, Ray 5 walks out a little bit too early from Palace. And now ASTRAL just stuck in mid. Might go for a little bit of a boost here. ASTRAL with the Soul Galil, Soul Rifle on the hands of the ASTRAL side. He's going to have to be the hero this round. Gene takes out Neki in jungle. And the jig is up. ASTRAL Esports both spotted in connector. Gene deals the first. USP pulled to take on the next. And a dink is good, but Rich is better. Smoke out. Nate on his toes. And a fourth on the board for PCIFIC Esports. And now with a save on the horizon, PCIFIC are going to be able to find themselves potentially a fifth quite quickly. And this is a round where ASTRAL are going to look at the money and say, these guys might be pretty close to broke. If we waste all their money in this round, we win the next two. Realistically, PCIFIC's going to be able to buy for the rest. Never mind. ASTRAL, a couple Desert Eagle upgrades. The M4s and AKs on the CT side, too strong. I would have loved to see an M4 purchased for Gene so he could get full utility. It just don't matter. Pop the mid smoke, not the greatest, but still vision. What can Astral get done in round 10? New Davy posts up in sandwich. This is a pretty tight position for him to hold. Leahy and Fraze open up onto the first two. That's Frasi over on the B site, finding the first. Second kill towards top mid comes in from the A4, or A1S rather. And now the bomb trying to maneuver its way over towards the B site, but this is not looking good. Astral, take your time. Let that Desert Eagle and Neki work. But the CTs completely control mid. It's a little bit of an island here for Leahy. It's a hard position to fight from. But knowing he's going up against the low weaponry, he doesn't really have to do too much. Footstep heard towards A ramp. This is going to pull a rotate over. And this is definitely by design. A5 gets spotted out. Deals with one. Gene rotates in to clean up that mess. But over towards the B site they go. Fraze finds the next 2 kills. Puts a 5th on the board. And easy as you like. Tie game. Scoreline sutured up quite quickly from the PCIFIC Esports side. Little weapon purchase ASMR. Still no op in the hands of Astral Esports for this round. They definitely couldn't afford it. Let's see if that comes back to bite them. The op of Fraze has been heating up over towards the B site. Astral needs to avoid this. They keep walking into it. They keep giving him kills. His confidence is going to be booming, especially gets the op in his hands on the T side. Now the aggression towards top mid. This might be a chance for Astral to go up 5v4. Flashes are good. Shots even better for Gene. He takes out 2. Looks to his back and getting flanked from Meow Puff. Underpass, but Meow Puff actually responds with 2. Gene was right on his assumptions. The AK shooting him in the back was not his teammate. Meow Puff fumbles just a little bit, but recovers beautifully. And he forces the CTs of PCIFIC Esports to rotate out of mid window and into CT spawn. Molly to force them back. Pretty good one. Doesn't clear all the corners. I believe this corner is still open. They need to be wary of this, but the 2 CTs posted in CT spawn are ready for this. No flash to fight into CT spawn this time for the T's. They learned their lesson last time. Leahy cleaned up 2 of them with the A1S. They need to get themselves into a setup and quickly on the T side. One noted Impala is going to be smoked off immediately, so a chance for a 3-on-2 on this site quite quickly. And the positions from Astral Esports are tradable. These guys can play off of each other. This is Meow Pop and Rich. Let's see what they can get done. Footsteps on stairs. First one. Clotheslines Davy. Looks for more, but he can't get it done. Descript from above. Drops Rich. And now a tap on the bomb. And a little bit of a stick here. Spray through the smoke from Meow Pop. Not good enough. He continues to spray and gets it good. Ray 5 on the great cover. And a 6th on the board for ASTRAL. Last round of the first half. Money's still good for the PCIFIC side. They're going to be able to get everything they want. M4 to be dropped over. I bet Gene actually asks for one if they have the money to spare. And I get kicked out in the last round. Let's go. Give it a second. I got one message in my Discord, and I assume it's you sending me the screen. All right, back into round 12. Sorry about that quick disconnect. Face it, things, you know how it is. PCIFIC finally getting aggressive towards A ramp, but Astral, they aren't leaning towards A anytime soon. This aggression towards A ramp is a little bit of a posture from PCIFIC based on the fact that every other round for the first 6 to 8 rounds, Astral went towards A ramp off of almost no contact. They'd smoke mid window, they'd take a fight, they'd fall back, do the 4-on-4, and execute onto the site beautifully. And this advanced position from Davy is going to potentially yield results. Let's see if this gets cleared out. It definitely does. Great job from Ray 5 to say, listen, boys, A site pressure. That means they're not fighting into mid this round, so we don't have to use as much util to clear these things out. The Molly on Cat is good and well timed, which gives opening for Aster to get himself into ladder room. Astral Esports have a chance to reset. We can see the bomb rotating out of mid. Should be rotating out of mid anytime soon. Rich, get yourself out of there. Get back towards the B site and execute with the rest of your boys. The wrap can come in. Deep connector play from Neki as well. Oh, I don't know if the shoulder was spotted. No. Leahy was out off Cat. Didn't see the connector play. And now they're going to start fighting in towards mid window. A little bit of a walk-up Cat here. Connector now spotted. Great trade over towards B site. Now let the lone back site is Descript. Tries to molly too deep. They're already ahead of it. Spots the cross of one. Sees a second on Cat. Notices one up in apps. Puts the bomb down pretty quick, but 15 seconds on the clock. The swarm onto the site is coming. CT's rotating in, but it's not good enough. I lied. Descript finds himself 2. And now Rich left in a 1-on-2 and no time on the clock. Finds the first. Thrust into a 1v1 of this empty pillar. Bring around the Rosie. Op swings out, but not good enough. Descript backside hold for 4 is beautiful. 6-6 half. In Astral Esports, I feel like they're pretty happy to have gotten those 4 rounds at the start of the half. A pistol, followed by a quick little conversion. If you remember these rounds, pistol round, awkward force buy from the CTs, full buy from the CTs, save from the CTs, and then as soon as the weapons came out, a couple of hiccups. But Astral, 6-6. They're going to have an uphill battle on the CT side. PCIFIC Esports. Let's see what their pistol round has in store for us. Tack timeout at the start of the half. Gives a little bit more time to flush out what's going to happen on the pistol round. But look at this. Sets a util on 2 members for the PCIFIC Esports. And their gaze is towards the A site. CT setup's going to have to be pretty strong. They're going to have to hit some opening bangers. And I wonder who that's going to be. It doesn't look like anybody wants to go towards A site from the CT side. It looks like all 5 of them are going to be grouped up, set up for a little bit of a B site stack here, but instead, it's Neki to deal with this. He's going to get a spot off on stairs, looking for the first. Letting his footsteps be known as well. And as the util lands towards mid window, a mist molly's going to allow for a little bit of a longer delayed fight towards mid, so Neki's going to have a lot of work to do. Mist smoke allows for a cross to be completely exposed. It's the new boy Rich looking for the fights, but they're closing the distance here. Now Neki, deep in connector, finds a first, looks for more, has support from the catwalk position, does find a second and a third, a quick tap with the USP, and now left alone in a 1-on-4 lay. He's got a walk up ramp, and he was the top mid player with the smoke and the mist Molotov. So his position, they're going to start figuring this out. It's definitely going to be known. Spotted now. Rotates are coming in, and they're about to overwhelm. 2 members on the CT side survive with no damage. We're going to see Neki and Ray 5 get a helmet and an M4 purchase quite quickly. 350. Get out of here, dude. Don't get out of here, dude. What are you doing? Get yourself the M4A4 if you want the bullets. I know you think you're going to tear through them because they didn't purchase. You want to make some money, but you don't want this in the 3rd round. You'll be losing them fights for days. But Ray 5 going to play towards the A site regardless. He might get a little boosterino going. But it is a heavy util round for the Astral side. Not super common on Mirage. Especially after a dominating pistol round like that. You'd think the head armor and the rifles would come in. And Lee saying nay, nay to the mid-peak. A little bit of an over-aggression from Neki. Overconfident, maybe. More damage. Rich takes a Desert Eagle chunk to the shoulder. And that's going to keep the defenders on A site curious. Flash for Ray 5 to clear towards A ramp. Well-timed. Well-positioned. But that's definitely information gained. Being up numbers right now, PCIFIC, they need to make sure their timings are well met. Lee running towards A ramp, realizes the pressure could be there. They heard the flash earlier. So this is going to be a fight. Oh, great shot for him to find his second in the round. But is he ready? Definitely not. Rich up close and personal, but the Desert Eagle still ringing true. And the rotates for Astral Esports are going to be pretty slow towards the A site. They had the range advantage. They lose to the Desert Eagle. M4 to be upgraded too for Meow Pop. Picks himself up a Molly as well. So the retake is definitely still on. But this is going to be a hard retake, especially Astra eating that nade for 49 damage. Disgusting. Molly into Firebox. Look at this. The rap from New Davy. Says, boys, just survive. Don't worry about it. Desert Eagle to the side of the body of Astra. Meow Pup finds himself a quick little kill on sight, but now he's stuck. Bomb not planted for. Oh, bomb is planted for him. They have to pressure up on him, but they might realize he's off the bomb. He's stuck. Not looking for the fight. No kit in hand, and Descript puts him down. Desert Eagles reign true for the T side, and Astral Esports falter on their conversion round. Well, that was looking pretty good. The Desert Eagle purchase into the 2nd round for PCIFIC would have set them up onto a crappy buy in this round, and Astral Esports could have taken a pretty handed lead on the CT side. But nevertheless, tie game 7-7, and we are going to be going for a ride. Astral Force Buy Wars commence. Rich saving $800 to get himself the op in 3 rounds time. Tech pause does come in. What are the boys saying to each other? Reason for pause. Ping. K. Turkish internet. Yeah, roger that. Astral. No! How do you lose that fight towards a ramp? You guys over-aggressing, trying to find more space than you should. You have teammates sitting on B site in a pretty solid setup as well. Just kind of spotting and spotting. Mid-window fight for Neki. Getting wrecked early is never fun. And I understand the point of the A-ramp aggression. You don't have any SA on Palace. You've lost all of mid-control because Neki got killed and the cat rotate fell back to this pillar. So you need to aggress into this. But look at how far you are from your teammates, right? Losing that fight towards A-ramp. Never going to be fun. But if I know anything about these Astral guys, they're going to take a deep breath. They're going to reset. And that little tech pause is going to give them a chance to high-five and ass-slap each other back into a potential round victory. We saw what they did with Tech 9s in the first half. The group play, saying stick together, boys. Pistols are strong together. Not so strong individually. So the triple stack on Cat is going to be good. Astra to take the first contact. It'll be a double swing. You can see his teammates ready and raring to go. As this first wave of utility comes out, game plan might start changing here. Neki to wait to pop the smoke open. Should be on the contact for Cat. He ain't too stressed about it. As Rich jiggles, pop the smoke comes in. Neki 5-7 doesn't do much, but the triple swing from Cat is good. Meow Pop finds the first. Fights are successful for both sides. Trades are effective here. Meow Pop closing the distance to the bench player, and he does kill him. Rich finds that kill onto Descript, but now over to the A site they go. Ray 5 with the MP9 puts down the defender over, or the attacker over onto the A site, now left alone in a 1-on-3 phrase. Position noted, running through the Molotov. Mac 10 good for the first. Strikes down Meow Pop, tries to spray that Mac 10, but Ray 5's FAMAS work too strong. And a beautiful conversion on the false conversion for the Astral side. And the money on the T side, still pretty good. They're going to be able to purchase into the next. I assume Phrase is going to sell back, and they're going to say, boys, let's buy into the next. Correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody had at least $2,000, $2,200. Quick math here lets me know that you probably could have purchased heavily into the next. So Astral has a chance to really start closing this game out. If they're able to successfully win this round, 3+ alive, their accounts are going to start going to the moon, and they're set up on a pretty good position here for a retake on the A site. Ray 5 with tons of util. Well-timed Molotov. Follow-up grenade is going to be chunky as well. Good utility towards a ramp. Ray 5 pressing the issue. Has support from his connector player. Rich does find one, and Ray 5 still pushing up to this triple box. He's getting aggressive for the fight. Neki's rotating to CT spawn is good too. Descript does trade back out on a Ray 5, but a 4-on-3 now. And position noted for one of the PCIFIC guys. So this pressure from Astral shouldn't slow down at any time. They should be getting themselves up onto site, and you can see the rotate coming in already. They're trying to get there before the flank does. Neki finds himself a second, stuck in sandwich now. Nothing he can do. Leahy does find one, but they close the distance, and Astra puts down Phrase towards ramp, and a 9th on the board. A broken economy for the PCIFIC side. Oh, that little bit of pressure right here thrown by Phrase. You love to see it. You love the aggression, getting himself up to triple box here. I think that was Ray 5. Neki support from connector. Astral know when there's blood in the water, and they take advantage. And I say that because they're the ones who put the chum there. They said, come into our kill zone. And here's the kill zone towards top mid. Desert Eagle strikes, 1-for-1 trade, but now the flashes are good. Astro to look for more. Has support from mid window, and they're just closing this round out real quick. Desert Eagles from top mid, strike for 2, but now Descript left alone, in a massive boom lands on his toes, but Ray 5 with the AK puts him down, in a 10th all on the board for the Astral side, and with 3 surviving their economy to the moon. Oh, that purchase of the Desert Eagle that round, plus the force in the round prior, is leaving PCIFIC without their main weapon, without the op in the hands of Phrase to take space, and he's actually down to a Galil. So Rich is up with a chance to strike. No helmet for him, though. Going up against AK-47s, it ain't really going to matter unless he deals with the opposing opper on the T side, wielding the Galil. And a gap for him to play with on the top of that smoke, but he doesn't want to. Neki underpass, gets flash from his teammates, and the triple mid window, or triple mid is pressured by the CTs. Delpan position staying tucked and tight. That's Descript. Neki almost losing his life to his teammates AK-47. But mid now in control of PCIFIC. What's the response here? Astral playing a quick trade in connector. Ray 5 good for the first. Neki wants to get a little aggressive here. Has support towards Cat. The underpass push just too clean with it. Phrase and Gene open up for the next two. I don't know if they're ready for the next two CTs in connector. Ray 5 and Rich open up for the next two, and into a 2-on-2 we go. A-site push is good. New Davy finds it. They know exactly where Ray 5 is. New Davy just holds firm and an 8th on the board. Astral Esports, a little bit of a fumble. Played that mid control pretty strong, but this tucked position extremely hard to deal with when there's no top mid smoke. I think they might have been expecting that from the PCIFIC side. Pushed up Cat. 2 down connector, fighting up towards mid. We saw Neki in this position and he had smoked here. And he fights into it, but the flank through underpass just a little bit too strong. Now the bank accounts for both these sides relatively low, so the winner of this round is going to most certainly be able to capitalize on the next. Now Pop's position noted. Smoke in mid window is going to give him a chance to escape. But he likes to stay tucked. There's no way they won't molly this out. The push up towards B apps is going to be strong as well. A little bit of a save me smoke. Oh, chunky nade into underpass. More than 100 damage, but Neki gets one right back. And they say, oh yeah? Welcome to the suck. Rich's rotate underpass here. He's going to be able to find 2. Good timing for him. Puts the first down. Can't control the spray onto the second. The jump out mid window from Neki does, though, and into a 3-on-3. Top mid flank. Aster, good job with that B push. Finds himself an AK. Smokes off where the bomb is. And says, boys, I'm in a one and done position, and they're pushing me. I can hear them coming. Grab some space towards A ramp. And they do so. But Ray 5's pitter patter is definitely heard. Descript saying, we only have one potentially towards connector. Meow Pop needs to stay tucked. Bomb is down in a precarious position. No, Meow Pop losing your life to that fight. That's not a smart play. You need to survive. You need to let your teammates work towards top mid. Who gives a shit what happens? Flash comes in. Beautifully done. Astra spots one. Tucked towards the top mid position. Sees both now. Spray's just not there. Now left alone in a 1-on-2. Ray 5. Bomb. 30 seconds on the ground. He's got to push the issue. He finds the first. Survivability through the edge of the smoke is good. And he finds himself the second kill as well. Good job putting 11th on the board for the Astral side. A little bit haphazard. That top mid smoke right here took him out of the fight. Still looking for it though. And Meow Pop's fight lower mid. I don't know if that needed to come to fruition. You know PCIFIC have to fight back into this. They are going to be worried about the flank, and your timing was good. You missed that first shot, but just suck yourself back onto the A site. Put yourself in mid window. Allow yourself to at least take a secondary fight, because the long range 5-7 doesn't do you well. But it doesn't matter. Astral wins the round, and that's all it's about. Desert Eagle prowess, top mid. Can you get anything done, lead? Oh, Desert Eagle strikes, finds its first. Neki overextending in connector, thinks he's confident against the Desert Eagle that's been pretty powerful all game. What's the response here from PCIFIC? Looks like they want to fight towards A ramp. That's Ray 5, finds himself the first 2. Easy kills from the sandwich position. He gets himself out. Not looking for anything else. This looks like Astral going to get up to 12, 4 map and match points ahead of them. But they just can't falter just yet. Meow Pop over towards the B site. Knows Cat can't be an issue. Has teammates towards mid. So what's the response here? This is still doable for the PCIFIC side. It's only a MAC 10 at Desert Eagle, but we've seen what these guys have done with these so far. Don't overextend Meow Pop. You know they have to drop out and they have to fall and make noise somewhere on this line. Keep your head tucked. As they walk onto the site, he untucks at the perfect time. MP9 spraying. Good for the first. Stays tucked. Not looking for the second fight. Desert Eagle does overwhelm. So that will be a bomb plant. 1-on-3 here. This is going to be a terribly hard post plant for the T's to capitalize on. And Aster speed and aggression up towards Cat puts him down and map and match point for Astral Esports. If you are just joining, a little recap on this game. Both these teams 7-4 in ESEA main. The outcome of playoffs is obviously in the air. Both of these teams skirting the line to be in the bottom half of playoffs. 48 teams going to make it. There's about, I'd say anywhere between 35 and 40 teams right now sitting 7-4. All of those teams are going to be able to make playoffs if they win their next 2 games. Losing either one of those, surely you will not be making playoffs. Maybe you'll be in the 48th position. So if Astral can close this out, 13-8, it's going to be good for them. If they 13-9, 13-10, 13-11, it doesn't really matter at this point. It will come down to rounds later, but they need a definite win here. PCIFIC as well. Slower start here for the T side. Mid-window smoke to come in just a little bit late, not to be blocked by Necky. He's overstayed his welcome a few times in mid. And a pop of the smoke with a deep shoulder peek. It's going to give him some information, but not enough to rate home on. Connector fight for Rich up towards Cat is going to be clean. Finds the first, traded out by the AK-47. Now the B-site hold needs to go big. There are 3 CTs here waiting for this push. Necky spots the cross. Onto the site they go. Meow Pop from that aforementioned position from the round prior finds himself one. Necky and Ray 5 respond to the next 2. And now into a 1-on-2 Descript for his team's playoff life on the line. Spots the first towards empty pillar. The rotates are coming in. Being silent about this Ray 5, but as the util comes in, now the positions are known in Descript. Dancing around the smoke. Center side smoke, the bomb is down towards Get Right, and he has a chance. If he can piece this together, if he can realize that Necky is just standing in this smoke, he's going to be good for it. Finds the first quick tap, and now he knows the other one is in towards Market. He heard the footsteps, and this is Ray 5, 20 and 12, topping the charts for his team. Looks like he wants to close this one out. He's got the M4 going against the armored desert or AK-47, and I get surprised by that fight myself. Ray 5 closes it out 13-8, and Astral Esports go up to 8-4, pressing their way into a playoff position, but they have one more match, and if they can win that, they'll surely make playoffs. As for the PCIFIC Esports guys, commiserations. I think your playoff dreams might be a little too far away. Anyways, my name is Mr. Henry Batt. Follow me. Check me out. I'll be back. I'm here every single day, essentially. Peace.